you guys may or may not be aware, we actually reached the big sub goal of 15,000 subs, which I'm still kind of losing it. So here's what's going on. The body pillow is currently being worked on. We're in the process of selecting an artist. I believe Tiffany is selecting the artist for me. As for the animated series, we are currently trying to figure out how to get started on that. I'm arranging a meeting with them, and then we're going to talk about expectations and all that good stuff. Next up is I have spoken with Haruka, Zen, and others that I require. We will be having the bonus session for Haruka at noon CST, at 12 p.m. CST, on Friday. So that will actually be before the actual game. And that is what we're doing at that point. So for anybody that's wondering when that bonus session may or may not happen, it will happen then. And then we're going to find out what happens to Haruka on that day. Esfand, as you guys may or may not have noticed, Esfand has contacted me about playing in a game. He is currently attempting to gather people. I don't really have any preliminaries that I think I can say out loud to any degree of certainty, but I can tell you that an old player will be returning. So, an old player will be returning. We also will have Esfand, and we're also talking about getting some other people, probably from the GTA 5 crowd. I believe Soda may be a part of it. And we'll see. And maybe even Buddha was mentioned. So, we're talking about it, and we're hoping that we're going to get a big group together. To be clear, none of those people are locked in for sure. I want to be clear on that. I don't want you guys going to other people's chats and trying to start up a ruckus or anything like that. Please don't do that. None of that is for sure. The only people I have for sure are Esfand. Asmongold, look, if he wants to play, he knows he's always welcome. But I think he's already playing in a game anyway, so I would really like to run for Asmongold. Because I think I could show him my best, and I think he'd really enjoy it. XQC. I want to talk about XQC. And clip this so that he sees it. Okay? Put it on LSF, whatever you got to do to make sure that people see this. I would love to run for XQC. There are many people that don't think that I should because his chat is toxic. In fact, one of those people is him. He's afraid of his own community that playing with me, that they'd ruin it somehow. What I want to say, and I want to be very clear about, is that I don't care about any of that. We can even do it offline if he wants to. If he doesn't want to stream it, I won't stream it. I want to play with him. I want to show him D&D. Because he has kind of a different view of roleplay. And I want to show him that there's more to it than that. I want to show him how much fun it can be and what it feels like to step outside of yourself and to try and be a character. Really be a character, you know? And everyone gets to play. And I don't want him to constantly think about his chat's gonna call him cringe and not like what he's doing. And look, I won't pretend for a moment that, I know better than him for himself or what he's doing, but I want to be very clear to him and to anybody else that's listening. D&D is sacred, all right? And his chat isn't gonna bother me. I would like them to see it as well, because so many of them probably have never seen D&D. And it would be an opportunity for me to show them how great that game can be. The 12-year-olds will not give it a chance. I think that you're underestimating 12-year-olds. Because remember, I learned to play when I was 12. And I can guarantee you that if Bob Smith didn't think that a 12-year-old was capable of learning, especially a young, uproaring, fucking kind of troubled kid like me that only wanted to play fast-paced video games and, like, get into fights. Imagine if that outlook that you have was shared by the man who taught me to play D&D. I might not ever be here. So, if I'm a gambling man, I would much rather take the risk of having one bad streamed game with a bunch of unruly children in chat, just if there's a small chance that some of them might play it because of me. And that's worth it. It's worth it to show new people the game. It always is. Matt Mercer confirmed for a future game. He said to contact him in the fall. So we'll see. Tentative. Nothing's for certain. Talking about D&D right now? Where? Ooh, whoa.
Joe Pachoa, today's D&D session was hilarious. I'm glad you had fun. I had such a fun time in D&D today. I was getting loopy by the end of it. And I was like, yeah, and I take a piss on his face. Anyways, if you missed it, then sorry, out of context. Basically, we like beat this guy. He was like this. He's like he was what's his name, Lord Soma, and he was protecting this shrine, or like there's like a golden rice ball we were trying to get, and so we like made friends with him, and then we betrayed him, and then we killed him, and then we were stealing all the stuff off of his dead body, and then I was like, psst. It was cool.
It was cool. I pissed on his corpse.
I was gonna watch the VOD. Don't worry. I mean, it's still worth watching. I guess.
That's funny. Arcadum, why are people just peeing? I don't know. They just be like that.